All right, everybody, welcome back to Movie Talks and Chill. We're your hosts. I'm Tony Serrato.
I'm Kevin Butts.
I'm Patrick Wall.
All right, and in this episode, we're going to be talking about Mr. Samuel L. Jackson, a great actor,
Drink my beer.
known for a lot of stuff.
Yes.
But I did want to bring up today. Today is Super Bowl Sunday at the time of recording.
Yep.
I was trying so hard to make this a Super Bowl episode because it's, I think, the first time we're doing it on a Super Bowl Sunday because we normally take this day off because, the Super Bowl.
Yeah. But it's a late game today, so we've got time.
And I was trying to think of Super Bowl movies, and I really couldn't think of any, genuinely.
Just 80 for Brady.
Yeah.
It really is one of the few.
Like, I came up with, The Replacements or that Al Pacino movie that's...
Any Given Sunday.
Thank you very much. But they're fighting for the Super Bowl. You don't actually see the Super Bowl, so I don't think that actually counts.
There's also another one with him and Matthew McConaughey. Is that like Two Ways or something?
But
with who and
Al Pacino.
The only thing I could really...
Yeah, I'll get it.
The only real thing I can think of is the movie Daylight, and yeah, that's a 30-year-old movie from 1996 starring Sylvester Stallone. But there's a character played by Viggo Mortensen in that movie where he's in like a boardroom and he owns a shoe company, like basically the in-world version of Nike. And he's like, let's do a Super Bowl ad, and the board of directors like, maybe this isn't really ambitious enough. He's like, you want to talk about ambitious? Fine. We'll do $4.5 million at the halftime, and we're gonna make a goddamn commercial. And then he walks out and goes into the Lincoln Tunnel. And then, a car explodes, and then Sylvester Stallone has to drag 3 people out.
So the movie I'm thinking of is called Two for the Money. So Matthew McConaughey is like he's a college football star who had a season or a career-ending knee injury. Mm-hmm. So now he's in Vegas, and he knows the game, like he's been a student of a game his whole life. So he's in Vegas working for this like... sports betting kind of prop site, like they take phone-in calls, and so they're like helping guys
like DraftKings, but not legally DraftKings.
Exactly. So they're like betting, but what they're doing is they're calling on him to like get his. It'd be like you go into a financial advisor saying, "Hey, find me 3 stocks that are going to win."
Oh, okay.
That's what he was doing. He was picking the game and then telling them the point line they should bet. And so he would get like a commission off of whatever they want. And these folks are like betting like $200-300. Well, Al Pacino, they're like our level. Al Pacino comes in. He's from New York, and he runs this program, like the sports book or whatever that's up there, the private one, and it's for the big money players. These people are betting like $10,000, $15,000, $20,000. So he goes up there and
So we're talking like Joe kind of money.
Yeah. So he starts, picking winners for him. He goes 5 for 5 one week on like perfect picks, and like then it starts getting, he falls in love with his own legend, and that's, watch the movie. But it's a really good one of like, football, and like it's a little bit of football. It's like football without even looking at the damn game.
It's kind of like Moneyball. You really don't see much baseball in Moneyball.
You don't.
It's all about baseball.
Which is a great movie, but I'm thinking of Casino because before he goes out to run the casino in Las Vegas, the only thing he did was pick winners. Yeah. Like he was finding like the type of floor the basketball court was made of. And
right.
Like, if the lineman was an alcoholic or banging his like quarterback's wife or something like that.
He's hungover, man.
That makes a difference.
It does. It does.
So, since there's not a whole lot of Super Bowl out there.
Yeah, I think we finished that entire Super Bowl
there you
episode
go.
right there.
And we're done.
4 minutes.
Look at there,
And that included the intro.
That was quicker than my last session. But anyway.
So I was just trying to think of some, an actor. Obviously, there's a million actors out there. We haven't even scratched the surface on most of them in
and we'll
almost
get to
5
them.
years.
Oh, we're getting to them, yeah.
We'll get to them, but I was like, I don't
But
think
there
we've
will be a
actually...
time where we name someone that you do not know. As a matter of fact, there will be a time where we'll name someone we don't know, and we'll have to spend a week watching movies.
Watch that movie.
We're going to watch it.
Yeah. So I was thinking... When I looked at Samuel L. Jackson, I popped in my head. I mean, I know we've mentioned him before and other stuff. Obviously, we've talked about Marvel and stuff like that. Yeah. But if you think about how many
Marvel movies for my discussion on this one.
Well, we've pretty much talked about.
And I'll leave out Star Wars.
Yeah. So that's what I was thinking. I was like, if you think about all the franchises he's connected to, so he's been part of Marvel, he's been part of Star Wars, He's
Several
been part
Quentin
of
Tarantino movies.
Quentin Tarantino universe. He's been the M. Night Shyamalan universe.
Oh yeah.
I mean, he's really kind of
Shamalama
just
ding dong.
been there. And Jurassic Park. He was
Yeah.
in the original Jurassic
Yes,
Park.
he
so
was.
I think that was
technically
the
he's
first
part of
role I
that.
ever remember seeing him in.
Really?
Yeah.
I
Once
can
in a-
too.
Coming to
Again, I was
America?
9 when Jurassic Park came out, so you know.
No, Coming to America.
Yeah, but I think I saw Jurassic Park first. So that's
Wow.
Well, that's your fault.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong. His role in Coming to America.
This coming from the guy who waited until he was 38 to watch Jaws.
Yeah.
36.
36. And now he's almost 41.
Key word in that sentence is almost.
Almost, not too far away.
Shut up.
So yeah, Samuel, what about some top?
I mean, for one thing, here's the great thing I think about Samuel is that he has great range from being able to be the badass in the Tarantino movies to signing up to play ones where he gets fucking eaten by monsters.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
Jurassic Park and Deep Blue Sea.
Yeah.
A motherfucking shark ate me.
He did get eaten by a shark. I forgot about that one.
But I would probably say one of my favorite characters of his, and it's just because of how awesome and beautiful this character was built, was the villain from Kingsman.
Okay.
He's the villain that hates the sight of blood. And the one time he shoots a guy, he almost throws up.
No, he does.
Oh yeah,
throw
he's like pukes in his mouth and catches it.
I just recently rewatched those
and
movies.
she's like, "Didn't that feel better?" No, it fucking didn't.
It also it goes credit to his acting ability. That lisp he put on was just damn near perfect in that movie.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
was. It was. But mine is still the 2 all beef patties with fewer thoughts.
Yeah.
Nothing beats McDonald's.
Which
and that's
the wildest product placement I think I've ever seen.
I know that was a cool scene too because they sit down there like it's this private meet and greet and he's sitting
Like
down.
$1 billion mansion.
Yeah, right. And he's like, "So what do you have?" And he pulls up McDonald's.
Yeah. I'll take the Big Mac with special sauce, please.
Take the Big Mac, please.
That works. I
The
like
fact
that
that you didn't order the 10-piece with honey mustard, just, you know what? You go away.
Get the fuck out.
You basic.
We don't want you here. You too much. Get your bougie ass out of here.
The Big Mac bullshit.
Oh, that's that's definitely one of my favorite characters that he's done.
Yeah, it's a solid character.
And
He
he's
did
when
play
they're finally having that big fight after he's done they've done hacked into the system and blew up everybody, and he's yelling at the girl, I can't remember her name, his lead henchman, said, "Kill that motherfucker! He killed all our friends."
So wait, I think I'm wrong. I think he almost threw up when he shot him in the face outside of Kentucky, but
Yeah.
when he gets stabbed with the foot, and if you haven't seen the movie, that's the scene that actually happens. He sees the blood go all over his table, and then he throws up, and then dies. Because once again, stabbed with foot.
Yeah.
Once again, if you haven't seen that movie, that's something that happens.
Or like at the beginning of the movie when he has to when he comes in and Mark Hamill's there,
Oh,
and
yeah.
she's covering all the bodies. She's like, "Could you hold this, please?" And she starts covering all the bodies, and he walks in. "I'm sorry, I just hate the sight of blood."
First one is so good. The second one's not bad, but the first one is better.
I did. Oh yeah, first one's way better. But I like the King's Man. I thought that was really
Oh,
good.
the origin
The
story?
origin.
Yeah.
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 I thought.
I thought it was really funny when I had a friend of mine invent this, and it was a parachute.
Yeah.
And then he's like diving onto the plateau, and then the wind shear just takes him like 30 feet to the right, like instantly.
And he's like, "Note to self: make escape valve or something like that." Because he couldn't cut it off.
Yeah.
They made sure to secure him. Yeah, because he had to end up cutting it off. Make release valve.
The only thing about this, let me go ahead. I didn't hate the second one. The first one's obviously better, but I loved Rene Russo's character in the second one. I thought she played an excellent villain as well, especially with that whole 50s motif she had in the middle of Colombia.
Yeah.
That was undiscovered somehow in this day and age.
And
She had the most sophisticated robots known to mankind. Boston Dynamics would kill to have her engineering.
exactly, yeah. And she's got dang it, Rocket Man.
Yeah,
Elton John.
yeah.
Has him. Yeah. And that was a holdover from the first movie. Well, there were all these superstars just sitting out there. Why didn't I? I wanted a couple for myself.
Yeah, right.
Who's gonna pass on Elton John?
I do like how they also reference to the first movie when the main British guy, God damn it, he's in like 50 billion movies. But he's like, hey, if I save the world, can I get tickets to your next show? And he's like, you save the world, I'll give you backstage pass. Bet you will.
Yeah. Tony, what about you? What do you think is like one of your favorite characters he's done?
I like them all. No.
Well, yeah.
Well,
I mean, he is a critically acclaimed actor.
Yes. Two of my favorites. One is a not brand new, but newer one is when he played Mr. Glass.
Yes.
In Unbreakable.
He does
Glass.
play a good bad guy. Especially that one's like just like the first Kingsman. It's more sophisticated bad guy. It's not like I have a gun and you're about to die.
Yeah, he's like a Lex Luthor type, really.
Yeah.
But I liked it because he was. Yes, you find out he's the bad guy, but he's very obviously his bones have that brittle feature to him, but his character is very vulnerable throughout the whole movie. Like, and he doesn't even. He's thinking he's doing the right thing. Like, if you really watch that movie, he's really doing it to try to find somebody to help people. And unfortunately, he had to kill a bunch of people to do that. But,
Yeah, he wants to find the hero.
Yeah.
But he has to cause mass extinction level events.
Yeah, he has to give the hero his origin story.
Yeah.
That's finally what he says at the end of the movie.
Well, that's what I like too. Is at the end of it, he's like, "Now that we know who you are, I know who I am." And he's like, when he's like every hero and villain, he's like, and usually they're friends, like me and you, like so.
Yeah, I love that build up so much of him like getting that friendship and like befriending him, and trying to get him to come out, and they finally confides in him, and he's like, and you know what? I started that trade.
Yeah,
because I think it was when like he touched him.
Yeah, it was at the very end. He shakes his hand.
Oh,
he
that's
puts
what
his
it was.
hand out.
Yeah, that's
because he was
So
wearing
he
gloves
wanted
the
him to
entire
find
movie.
out.
Yeah, he knew. Right.
He wanted him to find out because he had told him earlier. He's like, if I get instincts about people. He calls them instincts, but really he doesn't tell him that it's like full on visions. But that's what Samuel starts realizing is then he puts his hand out for him at the end of it just to say, hey.
And they even did that also in Glass with him too.
Yeah.
Like you've got him basically catatonic the entire movie, and then finally at the end you see like they play back all the scenes of where
Like he's actually doing shit behind the scenes.
yeah,
and everything.
exactly, yeah, where he's setting everything up for the big fall. Yeah.
Yeah, because they
So
all
I do
die.
get that Lex Luthor reference you're
Yeah.
talking about.
Well, because he's not trying to. He kind of remind me almost of the Lex Luthor, like the Gene Hackman Lex Luthor.
Yeah.
You know, that version, which was one of my favorite ones.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Even
so
the Kevin Spacey
who-
one,
who
it's
was
just
the-
not Jesse Eisenberg.
Who's the Baron from Marvel? Like he was kind of like him.
Baron Zemo?
Yeah, Baron Zemo. So
Yeah.
like the Kevin Spacey Lex Luthor was kind of like him.
Yeah.
It wasn't that he didn't hated the world. He just didn't want the world to be dependent on superhumans anymore.
Yeah.
And you got to take down the biggest superhuman
Yeah.
or metahuman that there is.
Superman.
Who's actually not even a metahuman. He's a fucking alien. It's like, bitch, you don't belong here.
But that was like one of my favorites. I like I said, I like them all. I'm not going to go to the obvious of Pulp Fiction version because everybody loves Jules. But I will say
what's not a country I ever heard of? Say what again, motherfucker? Say it again.
English, motherfucker, do you speak it?
But I liked him because he can do serious funny.
Yeah.
And he proved that when he did the movie Loaded Weapon 1 with Emilio Estevez.
Oh yeah, that spoof of Lethal Weapon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it is actually, if you haven't seen it, it's hilarious. Like, and because it's that dry humor, like it's like watching Leslie Nielsen in like a movie or something. Like that's the type of
Like a Naked
play.
Gun kind of, like just straight up shtick.
Yeah, and it's such like the quick one-liners. If you just say them, like I could say it, and it's not going to seem that funny. But when you watch the movie, so they're going in, they're investigating the one murder, and they have the artist out there drawing the picture, the crime artist when they ask for the description of the people, and they're like, "Is that him?" And he's like, "No, that's a picture." It's like real calm. It's like, but it's like such stupid things like that.
It's like don't call me Shirley kind of.
Yeah, like Airplane. Yeah, the dry delivery. It's okay. I speak jive.
Yeah, because I believe it was his.
Roger,
it was
what's our
killed
vector,
his
Victor?
partner. It was originally his partner got killed. Samuel Jackson's character, his partner got killed, who was Whoopi Goldberg. So she's not really in it. She's just, you see her in a couple scenes.
EGOT winner Whoopi Goldberg was in Loaded Weapon.
Yeah, that was his partner in the movie who died like right at the beginning, so you don't really see her. But then there's John Lovitz played the Joe Pesci, Leo Getz type character.
Whatever you want, Leo Getz. Yeah. Get it?
Because they bust into his hotel, and he's like they in Lethal Weapon 2 when they find Leo and he's in that hotel, and they find not there, but they find John Lovitz in a hotel. He's like, I didn't do anything. And then they open the door, and there's like a washing machine or dryer going. He's like, all right, I loaded some money. It's just a bunch of dollar bills and stuff floating around.
Just tumbling.
All right, I did some money laundering.
So what?
So that's two of my favorites of his.
Nice.
And you?
I also have two that I can't. They're both really good characters. Once again, staying away from Marvel and anything Quentin Tarantino. So there's a 1998 movie called Sphere with Dustin Hoffman. He plays a mathematician, and and Dustin Hoffman and Sharon Stone have to go. They find this alien artifact underwater, and they have to go live in a habitat for, I think they said a month. Like they were only supposed to be down there for a week, but like a tsunami washed over like their entire base up, above water, so they had to stay down there until a rescue sub. And he played a mathematician who was the first one to get infected isn't the right word, or possessed. It's kind of a weird ass movie.
Yeah, because like the sphere turned into like your worst fear, right?
But your dreams, your subconscious. You were once you connected with the sphere, you were able to make that. And he was the first one to ever have that happen to him. And you find this out because he was reading a book, and he's like, 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea.
I was going to say, was it Moby Dick? But I couldn't remember. I knew it was a sea creature monster.
Yeah, it's like as a kid, he could never read past 88 or something like that. And all the books that they find, everything past 88 was blank because he was imagining his version of the book, and he never finished it because the squid and the jellyfish, they were all too scary for him as a kid. Mm-hmm. But it's a real psychological thriller, I would say. Yeah. Yep. I mean, it's not the scariest thriller I've ever seen, but it's messed up. Queen Latifah dies by jellyfish.
Oh, yeah, I remember that. Yeah, she was doing that one dive.
She was out walking, and then because Samuel L. Jackson was sleeping, he swarmed her with jellyfish.
Yeah.
That got inside of her eyes, mouth, ears, and nose inside of her wetsuit. Yeah. Yeah, it was messed up. But he played a cold, calculating mathematician, and it was a great character. He wasn't angry or violent or anything like where he wasn't yelling motherfucker like every other sentence. But it was a really good, I liked his character in that one because it was a little bit more calm, reserved, and a little bit, not to him, but to the characters he normally plays, a little bit more intellectual than he normally does. So I thought it was a really good, like a different pace for him. I really enjoyed it. Yeah. And then Die Hard 3. Honestly,
yes, with a vengeance.
Yes. So don't get me wrong, Die Hard 1's great, but number 3 is my favorite one. Sue me, whatever. But I just love the progression of these movies. Like the first one's a building, the second one is Dulles International Airport, one of the largest, and then it's the entire island of Manhattan. Right. The fourth one is the tri-state New England area. Like I think they go from New York City to Baltimore to Pittsburgh. And
that's the one where they're doing the hack, right?
Yeah, that's the one with Justin Long and Timothy Oliphant.
Kevin Smith's in that one.
Yes, he is.
Yes, he is. Yep, and his radio tag is. Well, I know the frequency is 666, but I can't remember his.
Yeah, I can't remember his handle.
And then
he's living in his mom's basement.
Yeah, he's living in his mom's basement.
And then the last one is just all of Moscow, which is bigger than half of Florida. So they just progressively keep getting bigger and bigger. Yeah. Like I really hope he has a good fuel economy car the way he drives. But the third one I genuinely love. He teams up with Samuel L. Jackson to take down Jeremy Irons, who is the brother of Alan Rickman from the first movie. Once again, like I said, it takes place over the entire...
R.I.P.
Hans. Takes place over the entire island of Manhattan. Jeremy Irons is robbing the Federal Reserve in downtown Manhattan, and John McClane's going to do what John McClane does. Mm-hmm. And Samuel L. Jackson's right there just saying, like, stop being racist, motherfucker, and then yelling motherfucker at everyone.
Wow. I remember when they find out that they robbed the bank, they get in his cab, but it's like all torn the fuck up now. So he pulls one of the gold bars that they left, and he's puts it in the back seat of the car, and they drive up, and then they end up having to steal another car because that one's broken down. It's not going anywhere. So they steal this one guy's car. He's like, man, he's gonna be super pissed. He's gonna be super pissed tomorrow. He said. Now after he sees what's in the back seat of that car, he's like, "Damn it!
That was my gold bar."
Yeah, he left the gold bar in there.
That's a nice gift, though.
It was a good gift. Yeah,
It's nice.
I just love how Samuel he's the one that brings it up, and then I was like, "Shit."
I love towards the end of the movie, Samuel L. Jackson this entire time, obviously he's a black person living in Harlem, and he's telling John McClane, a white guy from the southeast side, like, stop being a racist, asshole. But towards the end, they're both like handcuffed to a shipping container. And he's like, if I can get a splinter of the wire we slid down on into your hand, can you pick the lock? He's like, bitch, I can. Not all black people can, pick locks. He's like, you're a locksmith, asshole. He's like, oh yeah, I can do that.
Yeah, but I can do it. Yeah.
It's not a black thing. It's a career thing.
It's like Eddie Griffin in Deuce Bigalow 2. Like every time he's going over there, man, you a racist. He's like, finds him at the chicken and waffles. He's like, but this is the only chicken and waffle. Oh, so a black man gonna be at the chicken and waffle? But you are here. Yeah, but you figured it out. Racist.
That is racist.
It is racist.
I'm just saying, dude.
So those are my two movies.
Nice. Now, I do like, a lot of people don't remember, but he had a very small part in Goodfellas.
Yeah.
That he played Stax. He was the guy that when they did the big heist,
he was the driver, right?
He was the driver, and
yeah.
he fell asleep or he was late. And,
twice.
Yeah. And he's like, you're always late. You're going to be late to your own funeral. And then he pops him in the head.
Yeah.
At that point, that was when Jimmy was getting rid of everyone connected to it. Because they were all spending money.
They were cleaning the house.
Yeah, he's like, I don't want... Stop flashing it.
I think just after that is when they do Joe Pesci and his cousin, right?
No. That was... No, Joe Pesci and his cousin, that was in Casino.
Oh, Casino.
But Joe Pesci gets popped
he gets
later,
popped
way
in
later
the,
on.
Like,
you thought he was being a made man.
Yeah.
But they killed him because he killed that guy in the earlier part of the
Right.
movie. He's
That's
like,
right.
my friend was asking you about his pen. He's a nice pen. He's like, you disrespect...
No, that's Casino
That's
as well.
also Casino.
All right, so I'll take this one here. Goodfellas is when he killed Billy Batts in the bar for telling him to get his shoebox. That's the guy that he killed.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
And he was a made guy who just got out of prison.
Yeah, go get your fucking shine box.
Yeah,
Yep.
and they killed him, and so that was retribution for that. Goodfellas, people.
Goodfellas.
Don't get me wrong,
like
Casino's
this.
also a very good movie. Don't discount that one.
So I also have one that I'm so great. It's funny to see someone out one line Ryan Reynolds on the screen. And Samuel L. Jackson did that in both The Hitman's Bodyguard and The Hitman's Bodyguard. I think it was that one was just 2.
Like his wife.
Part 2.
Yeah, but it was like...
Oh, The Hitman's Bodyguard's wife.
Yeah. They were decent movies.
So the first one, I absolutely love the banter between the two of these guys.
The only thing I can remember is that car chase scene where they're both just yelling at each other.
Yeah, well, and he's also, I mean, not even just that. Like when they're walking through the field, and he's trying to talk to him about love and everything. He's like, "You're going to be real popular in prison, aren't you?" And they just they banter on back and forth and just bicker at each other. Even when he first sees him, he's like, he tried to kill me 12 times. 13, fucking Prague. And then he passes out and he looks at the girl. He goes, all right, you get the legs, I'll grab his nostrils. Trying to get him and move him. But Samuel L. Jackson has all these one-liners, and when he's finally got Gary Oldman up on the roof, and he's trying to give him this, speech about how, oh, you feel so righteous because you're a killer and you're killing me because I'm a worse man. He's like, I don't give a fuck about that. I'm pissed you shot my bodyguard. And he kicks him off the roof. He's like, what?
It's true.
It is. It's true.
I'm just saying.
And then Ryan Reynolds has the big guy that he has to take on, the Belarusian, and he finally just killed him, and Samuel shows up in the beat up van. He's like, we gotta go. Tick tock, motherfucker.
One of my favorite things that Samuel L. Jackson. I don't want to disrespect the man. I don't want him coming
it's
up.
L, man.
Samuel L. Jackson has ever done. Wasn't a movie, in my opinion. He was a guest on Jimmy Fallon one time. And they were doing, a late night talk show kind of game. And he's like, truth or dare? Like, I think legally they couldn't say dare for some reason. So he's like, all right, let's do a truth. And he's like, what's your greatest fear? He's like, never working again. You know what? Give me a door. So whenever he chooses a door and he has to do whatever is behind the door. And then his co-host pulls out like a tiny box of like 3 or 4 kittens. And he's like, you have to go up there and yell at those kittens about your favorite movie of all time. So the sound censor guy in the production booth must have had his finger ready because he went full Jackson on that. He literally walked, and then he just said, you motherfuckers need to start watching The Raid 2. It is the best fucking movie in the world. Stop meowing, bitches, and watch The Raid.
All you hear is, you mother... Beep, beep,
Yep.
beep, 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 beep.
Just a bunch of beeps, man.
Yep.
A whole bunch of beeps.
That guy earned his paycheck that night. There's a reation why they're on a 30-second delay.
I was going to say, they changed it from a 15-second to a 60-second delay. This portions of the show were pre-recorded.
Yes. Brought to you
I'm going
by-
to try and see if I can find a video and post it with our social media post on Tuesday. But last time I looked for it, it was an SEO nightmare. Just trying, like, Sam Jackson yelling at kittens, like Pulp Fiction comes up. Like, even though I don't remember him yelling at a cat, he could have.
No, I
He
don't
doesn't yell
even
at
remember
cats.
there being any kittens in there.
Yeah, there were no cats in that movie.
Well, no, I think there's one when he goes to pick up, goes to take out Marcellus Wallace's girl on a date. I think she has a cat.
Maybe.
Yeah, but that's John Travolta.
Yeah, but yeah,
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
what I'm saying. That's the only cat that I could think of in the movie.
The only thing I could think of was Boondock Saints when Rocco, slams the table and the gun goes off and kills his girlfriend's cat across
Oh
the
God,
room.
that was hilarious.
It really was.
Bad,
Sorry, kitty.
but also yeah.
And then the next day
And
when
then
they're
she's
like running,
"Where's my cat? I killed it."
I killed your fucking cat.
Now, I always liked him as the character he played in Jackie Brown as Ordell.
Oh yeah,
Never seen it.
I haven't
You
seen
wanna go
that in
ahead
a
and
long
throw that?
time.
You're not
Yeah.
surprised?
No, I'm not surprised
No.
anymore.
No.
Now, his character on that, it was like, I don't know how to describe it really. He was the bad guy, but he was also kind of like a chumpy factor to him. Like he took care of business in the movie, but he also, like, some people were just talking to him kind of however they wanted to, like the main character that played Jackie Brown. But yeah, the whole, if you hadn't guessed, the movie's called Jackie Brown. It's about a girl named Jackie Brown.
Yeah, it's here.
And but a lot of people are in it. That's really good. Michael Keaton's in that. He plays the ATF guy that's chasing him down. There's just Harvey Keitel's in there, as Harvey Keitel would be, and he kind of plays like they all play a different type of character than you normally had seen them before. Like Harvey Keitel was just kind of just out of prison. No, I'm sorry. No, it was De Niro. Was
Okay.
it De Niro? Am I thinking that wrong? Am I getting this wrong? Hang on a minute.
I
don't want to
to
give wrong information, but I know.
think it may be De Niro.
Yeah, but I want to say Keitel was in there at some point. But let me just give us one second. We're going to look up the cast here.
Well, while he does that, let's go ahead and just talk about a movie we've referenced, but hasn't. I definitely want to devote a couple of minutes to Deep Blue Sea because a motherfucking shark ate him. He's probably the biggest. Thomas Jane and
Thomas
LL
Jane.
Cool J? Mm-hmm. But he was obviously like the top billed actor in that movie at the time. And you're like, oh, damn, all right, Samuel L. Jackson. Like, in the trailer, you don't see him get eaten. But, 20 minutes into the movie, this genetically engineered super shark just fucking eats him.
You also have the Skarsgård guy. The
Billy
father.
Skarsgård?
No, the dad of William and Bill. Or,
Father Skarsgård.
Daddy Skarsgård.
yeah, Daddy Skarsgård.
That sounds horrible.
Yeah, let's never, ever say that one
Well,
again.
while you're looking that up,
Yeah.
I'll give this. So it's Samuel L. Jackson, Robert Forrester,
Robert Forrester.
Bridget Fonda, Michael Keaton, Robert De Niro's in there.
Damn.
Chris Tucker's in there. He's in there briefly. But it's just basically about she's a flight attendant and she's been smuggling drugs and stuff over, and she gets caught by the ATF, who's Michael Keaton's character is, and they go through and basically Ordell is the guy that bails everybody out. He's like the one, transporting stuff and basically like the dealer type guy, and he handles all this. So what he does, he goes and bails all these people out. But then if he finds that there's loose ends to him, like that's what with Chris Tucker, he got him bailed out, but then he had him killed. And so Jackie's afraid for her life, so she goes to the ATF. They're trying to get it set up, but she wants to actually steal the money because there's money involved. And yeah, it's a big long. It's a Quentin Tarantino movie. It's like twists and turns throughout the movie. Everybody's out to get everybody, and in the end, it's like one of the most unsuspecting people because Robert Forster is the bail bondsman, and he starts falling in love with her, and they start having kind of like a relationship. And of course, he ends up being the one that's working with her to do the end all heist or scheme or whatever you want to call it.
Nice.
So there you go.
So Stellan Skarsgård.
Stellan
is his name. Also, Michael Rappaport was in Deep Blue Sea too.
Oh, the more you know.
I mean, yeah, there was actually some. I
just remember the Punisher in there.
Saffron Burrows. She was the lead female doctor. She was in a couple of movies around that time.
She was getting kind of popular back then. I'm just scrolling through the list of Samuel L. Jackson, and of course ignoring Marvel. I think I could steal the entire episode just talking about the movies that I've seen him in. And yes, I am talking about Snakes on a Plane. I have seen that movie. We're not going to devote any time to that.
No. We'll do the SNL episode of the reason I'm in this because kids go crazy when I say I'm tired of these motherfucking snakes on this motherfucking plane.
The one thing I love about the movie is that was back in the day where they had bands making music videos for the movie. And the band who did it for that one is called Cobra Starship. I genuinely own both of their CDs. Like I love that band. It's
Cobra Starship. I haven't heard them in forever.
Yeah. But looking through this list, I totally forgot 1408.
Yep.
He was the hotel manager.
Yes.
And
begging him not to stay there.
Yeah. He tried really hard, but it was. I still remember that scene where he's trying to get out of the room, and the only thing he could see is Samuel L. Jackson in his office. He's like, I told you not to stay in that room, as he's drinking his $100 glass of scotch. Yeah. He's like, this is your own making. Like, I'm not letting you out of that fucking room. This is you. You did this. And I just thought it was and when he gets to the hotel, and he's like, let me upgrade you to the presidential suite. Come on, just anything not to stay in this room. He's like, well, what's wrong? Well, we have 2 cleaning ladies all the time, 100% turned down, but one of them got locked in the bathroom for 30 seconds. She gouged at her eyes with a knitting needle in her pocket.
That you don't often see that.
Yeah. Thankfully, we didn't see it in the movie. But also, if I heard that a hotel worker gouged out their eyes in one of the hotel room I'm about to spend the night in, I'm taking that presidential upgrade.
Yeah, but you weren't John Cusack's character. His whole thing was that all he did was hear stories, and he just assumed that everybody just made him up. Mm-hmm. So
I did like the ending of that movie where, like, no, it was all just in your head and everything, but he finds the tape recorder and plays it for his ex-wife, and you hear the daughter's voice. You're like, the fuck actually happened there? I will say I love one of the greatest cameos. It's not really a cameo. He wasn't that popular back then. But the lawyer that gets John Cusack that room in that hotel is Tony Shalhoub. I thought that was hilarious.
Tony Shalhoub.
Shalhoub. Shalom.
Shalom alaikum.
So don't stay in 1408.
No. But it is one of the few horror movies that I genuinely do enjoy.
But he does say when the place is burning down, and you see Samuel L. Jackson, he's like, well done.
Yep.
Mr. I can't remember what his character name is.
Yeah, I can't remember either.
Like, well done, Mr. So-and-so.
Yeah, ghostwriter person. Yeah. But no, 1408 is a great movie, and he plays this really good character in that one.
Yeah. 1408.
1408. Mm-hmm. Well, also there's
It can't be that scary if I watched it.
Yes.
That's true. There's also a good, I'll say, feel-good movie that he's done that is actually about a team real close to where I grew up, as city of Richmond. Their high school. He played Coach Carter.
Yeah.
And it was Coach Carter is essentially a story about how he benches through the season, benches his entire starting team that had a chance to go to state and be a national contender on the national stage for a high school team, but he benches the team because they weren't taking pride in their in their sport. They weren't taking pride in being, or really participating in school the way that he wanted them to. So he benches them due to basically it's the academic contract that he made them sign.
Yeah.
For being on the team and going, because he didn't just want them to be basketball players. He wanted them to be able to give back to the community and learn and actually, not just rely on a sport.
Yeah. And he always had the thing with the respect showing. He had everybody call him sir. Had to call each other sir. He called them sir.
And he had them start dressing up for games. Yeah.
Yep.
That was really good. And I will say that about basketball, especially in college, that's one of the few things that you still see is it's starting to go away now, which is kind of bad. But a lot of the big name schools, you see their if they're in their starting lineup, like a lot of schools, UNC, Duke, they'll be in a suit and tie.
Yeah.
For their picture, and the coach on the sideline will be in a suit and tie for the game. Which I thought was kind of respectful,
Yeah.
For especially for Bobby Knight, who did that even though he was very over the top and lost his cool one game. Start throwing chairs on the court.
These things happen.
Yes, it's fine.
It all works out. It'll be fine.
Yeah, it'll be all right.
Coach Carter.
Coach Carter.
I have a movie that I'd like to talk about that's near and dear to my heart.
Oh God.
Yeah, it's going to be real messed up. So has anyone ever heard of the movie 51st State?
51st State?
State, S-T-A-T.
Oh, at first I thought you said 51st Dates.
I was like
Samuel L. Jackson wasn't
it's not in there.
I mean, it would have been it's a great movie, but I mean, it would have been better if he was in there.
I mean, yeah.
Maybe if he was the guy making the spam all the time, that'd be hilarious.
Yeah.
No, 51st State.
You want the peanut butter cups in your spam and eggs?
That is the international release, and when you watch it on streaming services here in the United States, that's what it is called, but it has a different name when it was released domestically, and I'm drawing a blank on that. But he plays a character named Elmo, who is a disgraced pharmacological chemist. So the movie starts out where he graduated college, he has his PhD, he's driving down that famous road on California where it's just the ocean.
The PCH?
Yeah.
Pacific Coast Highway?
Yes, that one. But, I think the timestamp says 1978 or something, when he just graduates. So he's got a joint in his hand and an afro bigger than all of our heads combined. And a cop pulls him over, and then he busts him for drug possession, which automatically gets rid of any kind of medical license or certification that you have. So he turns to a life of becoming a drug chemist. And then he creates the super drug. And then he tries to blow up his current drug boss, Kingpin, goes to England to sell this formula. And then he meets the soother. They have it's very thick British accents in this movie. But it's played by the guy from Full Monty. He's been in a bunch of other things too. I'm going to look this up because it's going to bother me. But basically, he goes to London to sell his super drug. And spoilers for a movie that came out in 2001, it's a placebo. Whenever you do any kind of chemical test, this will look like the stuff that'll get you the highest humankind has ever gotten. But it's basically candy. So his whole thing was, it'll test great, and all you got to do is tell people that it's great, and they'll believe that it's great. And then he gets $10 million split. His cut is $10 million, and he buys his Scottish castle. And the end of the movie is his bare ass playing golf on his Scottish castle.
It's a good ending.
Yeah. If you want to see Samuel L. Jackson's bare ass, 51st Date.
All right. There it is.
Now you have it.
Now you had it. You heard it here
Knowing
first.
is half the battle.
That's right.
Robert Carlyle was Felix de Souza. And Emily Mortimer was the other third main character. Also, you remember the replacements, the kicker they got who can kick the soccer ball?
Yeah, Nigel?
Yeah. Yep. Yeah, he's the guy he sells the drug to.
Okay.
And he's just as batshit insane.
It's good to know.
Yeah. Hey, you need a little crazy.
I am going to look up the real name of the domestic release name of that movie because it is bothering me. Formula 51. There we go. Just remembered.
Oh.
Formula 51.
It's a really good movie. I enjoy it.
Not to be confused with Formula 1.
That's a lot better name than 51st State.
Yeah.
I got to be honest with
The
you.
only reason
I was confused that a lot.
The only reason why they changed it domestically is because they thought Americans would be pissed that UK was going to be the 51st state in the Union.
Yeah, it's still Formula 51 sounds better to me.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was the name of the drug in the movie.
Then it should be the name of the movie.
Indeed.
So, somebody was doing some marketing,
Right.
proper marketing. We hired the right guy. Oh, let's see here. Going through a couple others. Yeah.
I definitely like I like the one he did with Kevin Spacey, The Negotiator.
Yes,
Yeah,
I
yeah,
saw
you're
that
really
as
good.
I saw that when it first came out.
It's a really good
On
suspenseful movie it's both of them actually play hostage negotiators, but the scene opens to Samuel L. Jackson. I think was it a bank?
I think so.
that
Yeah,
they
I think so.
were,
Something-
yeah.
bringing down.
It came out in 1998. I don't think I've seen this movie since like 2000.
So he's working. He's essentially working the guy to give his people time to get in, but he has a great record of no kills on his watch. But he also has some hothead guys on the SWAT team that essentially just want to go in and start a firefight and take out people.
As you do.
Yeah, that happens. You will get that badge. A lot of times, power comes with it. Corrupt sometimes.
Yep.
But he ends up getting framed for an inside job that he wasn't even a part of. He knew parts of it because his best friend was was essentially an undercover officer. And so then he ends up finding something about the police pension that's getting siphoned out, and that's where he's going through like informants and trying to find where the corruption is, and it turns out being in the police station, like that's where it all started. So they end up framing him to get the heat off of the guys that are actually responsible for it.
Yeah.
And he calls in Kevin Spacey to come over, and he basically holds his department, like a whole wing of the department, hostage.
Yep.
And he calls in Kevin Spacey to work with because A, he's not from his precinct, and B, he also has a no-kill policy that he sticks hard on.
That's nice of him.
Yeah.
It's also a really good like detective story, even though it's just Sam Jackson just sitting behind a desk making phone calls. You find out there was an informant that told people about this, and they find out that the informant was his dead partner, so it couldn't have been him. They just put a name down, and that's when he just loses. He goes ape.
Yeah.
Like,
He likes going ape, man.
yeah, he does.
Now, one thing he doesn't get credit for, that most people, is all the Capital One commercials.
Oh, yeah.
And I love.
Oh my gosh.
I think it's one of the most recent ones where the couple's going to the movies, and he jumps up in front of him. He's like, "I'll get that," and he's like, 3% back on salty, 3% back on savory, or something. He said,
And then that's when it's
in
the
the
chef.
theater. No, it's in the theater, in the movie theater, because then it cuts to the one guy sipping on a soda. He's like, this is a 3-hour movie. The guy's almost done with his drink. He's like, good point. And she asks him, "Are you in this one?" He's like, "Yeah." And then it cuts to him in the scene in the movie, and it's like all that tentacle thing grabbing him. And he says, "What?" I can't remember what he says in there, but then he's watching the movie. He's like, "Perfect delivery." What's in your wallet?
What's in your wallet? That's awesome.
I love Capital One commercials.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're not bad. I also like. If we're gonna do this, I really like this.
We're gonna go here.
The new. I don't know if it's new, and it's probably not even airing anymore, but the Citibank commercial where they have the bank guy, and then they have an astronaut and, like, a spy.
No,
and
it's Capital One.
Is it Capital One? Yeah. They keep asking him, like, how'd you get your job? And the astronaut's like, well, no, not you, the bank guy.
Yeah, bank guy.
How do you become the Capital One bank guy?
Yeah.
Hard work, precision.
I remember me and Gavin were talking about this animation film festival. All the answers are bullshit because the real answer is just high cheekbones and a good agent. That's how he got that job.
Yeah. Hey, that's what I'm saying. They're good commercials. That's the one that I like with him is when they go into the actual Capital One cafe or whatever it was, and they're like, they like couple walks up to him, not Samuel, but the Capital One bank guy one, and they're like, "Can we take a selfie?" He's like, "Yeah," and they say, Yeah, say savings or whatever he says, and then they're like, "So what do you do when you're not doing?" It's like, "What do you mean?"
Yeah,
and like go out and swim, and he's got this stare on him. And then it cuts to like nighttime, and he's like in the place
yeah,
sleeping.
he's lowering all the shades. Yeah, he pulls out from the couch's bed.
It reminds me of there's a couple episodes of Community when one of them where there was a student who was literally a walking billboard for like the Honda Odyssey or something like that. Like he legally changed his name to Steve Honda or something like that. Like he was owned by the Honda Corporation.
Steve
Yeah,
Honda.
yeah, I do remember that. Yeah,
He was-
he wasn't allowed to be his own name.
Yeah.
And what's her name?
Oh, it was Subway, and he fell
Yeah,
in love
Subway.
with Britta. Fun fact: it's the same actor who played Sarah Chalk's fiance in Scrubs
There
in the
you
later
go.
seasons.
That guy.
That guy.
That guy.
Yeah, he was in for like 3 seasons. I don't know
love
how you
you,
don't remember
Subway.
him. Like I clearly
Thank
remember
God I
exactly who
called
he is.
That guy.
I love you, Subway.
Here's one I'm gonna have to find and see where it's at.
What's that?
It says MGM subscription, but it also
That's
says Amazon Prime.
Well,
Video.
they own MGM.
It's a movie called Afterburn.
Heard of it?
So it's Dave Bautista, Samuel L., and who's this other lady? What's her name?
What's her name?
Sharon Stone.
What is your name?
Ezekiel.
Melanie Ortega.
Olga Kurylenko.
All right.
Yeah.
Sounds European.
You've seen her. She's been in several movies.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, I'll take a look on the IMDb
Yeah,
later.
you'll know.
You'll know.
Yeah. Because I clearly know everything.
Nope. Whoa. I don't know if I go that far.
I would.
Let's back that up a little bit there.
But while Gavin is looking up this piece of information,
Yeah, it's a 2000. It came out last year, and it's a sci-fi. It's supposed to be sci-fi comedy. So,
All right.
I mean, I like
I
Dave
love those two
Bautista,
genres.
and Samuel in the mix. Sign me up. I'm
Right.
watching it today.
There you go.
one of my favorite bad action movies, and I'm talking terrible action movie, Triple X
Ah,
with
yeah.
Vin Diesel.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong. Compared to the second one, this thing deserves an Oscar. The second one was.
Oh, the second one was batshit.
Yeah. But he plays the NSA handler for Vin Diesel.
Gibbons.
Yeah. And he plays Samuel L. Jackson with a badge, basically. It's hilarious. I do like the.
He plays a dumbed down version of Nick Fury.
Yeah. That's basically,
Basically
it.
what he is.
Yeah.
And he now his eye's still good is fine, but he's got a giant scar on his face.
Yeah. Well, they say that at the beginning of the movie where Vin Diesel smashes that hot pot of coffee on the cop's face. He's like, let's get him some medical attention before he looks like me. But I do love when they're all in like the NSA underground facility or whatever. Their badges are about the size of their entire torso.
Yeah.
It's hilarious to me. Like the government IDs that everyone like mocks fun of. They just put that in the movie. It's like, no, oversized. I want this to be like an
It's
8
like
by
the
11.
it's like the badges they had on the uniforms for Judge Dredd, the original.
Yeah.
one.
Yeah.
They're just giant. It's essentially a shield.
Yeah, but
Whole
I
body
do like
shield.
that comparison, like a lesser version of Nick Fury.
Yeah.
That's effectively what it
That's
was.
basically what it was.
Well, Nick Fury is a combination. If you took almost every character he's done,
Yeah,
Yeah.
and
And
took out,
melded
and
them
Disney
together.
said no motherfuckers. And he's like, all right,
Yeah.
fine.
yeah,
Wait, how much you paying me? All right, fine, I could do that.
That's cool.
Still, one of my favorite lines is, "I understand the council has come to a decision, but seeing as how it's a stupid ass decision, I
think-
chose to ignore it."
And that's got to be one of my favorite Marvel movies, The Winter Soldier.
No, that's from first. That's the first Avengers movie.
No,
Yeah.
I thought it was in Winter Soldier where he's standing in front of the council.
No,
With-
it's the first Avengers movie when they launched the nuke on New York.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's right. Okay.
Yeah, he was.
Yeah.
They told him to launch it, and he said he wouldn't do it. And they
Yeah.
basically relieved him of command and overrid it.
Yes. Okay. So I'm thinking of Robert Redford in Winter
Yeah.
Soldier.
Yeah.
That
Now-
was a good banter back and forth between them. When he finally walks in, he's like, "Did you get my flowers?"
Well, he did almost get to say the mother F in what was it? End of Infinity War,
Yeah.
Yeah.
when he started disappearing and he
Yeah,
hit
he's
the
like,
button
"Mother."
for
Oh,
Captain
mother.
Marvel. So they compromised.
Yeah,
They're like,
yeah.
we'll give you the F part.
We'll,
and then
we'll
we're
give
gonna
you the
just
mother
say
and the F.
Yeah.
We'll allow you to say it. We just won't let you fully say it.
And this is
Yeah.
before they acquired Deadpool, so they were a little uneasy about it. But nowadays they'd slap an R rating on it and be like, "Go ham, Samuel L. Jackson."
Well, which is funny because like Guardians 3, because you can still stay out of an R rating and use one F-bomb.
As long as it's not in a sexual context.
Exactly. Yes.
Yeah.
And so like Guardians did it so beautifully too, and it was so subtle how they delivered it. That's when she's trying to open the door. She's like, "Hey, this doesn't. I don't understand these mechanics." She's like, "All right. You find the button? She said, yes. Press it in. Now what? Open the fucking door."
Just quick shout out. We don't have to spend too much time on this, but he was in The Incredibles, which is one of my favorite animated movies.
Yep.
Yeah, he plays Frozone.
Frozone.
Yeah, which is Iceman, but in the Incredibles universe.
Yeah.
And he.
Or Mr. Freeze.
Yeah, but he was a good guy. So I'm
Yeah,
gonna
he
say
was.
Iceman.
Yeah, not a villain.
It's a Pixar movie. I don't know how else to say. He plays a superhero with ice powers.
Well, there's a lot of movies we're gonna miss. Like that's why we say on other things. Just because we didn't mention it doesn't mean it didn't happen or we didn't care about it. But like,
I'm looking at his filmography. And
187.
187 was. I really like that one.
That's
Murder, Death, Kill, and I know that from a different movie.
well, that's in that movie. What that means. 187. It just means a homicide or a murder, or just a murder. I believe it was. And so yeah. But yeah, there's a
bunch also that I haven't seen that look pretty interesting, like The Return of Superfly. That
you
seems
ever
like
seen The Return of Superfly?
Oh, quick honorable mention. I totally forgot about this one, but Lakeview Terrace.
Okay.
Where he plays the police officer that's essentially harassing his neighbors, and he doesn't like them because they're a mixed sex couple.
Yeah.
That's a good movie.
Yeah, he gets a little psycho.
Yeah, he does. That's a good like psychopath like level character that he got to play.
Yeah.
But speaking of Samuel L. Jackson as a cop, quick shout out to the video game Grand Theft Auto San Andreas, where he played the corrupt cop who kept going after CJ.
Well, at the beginning of the other guys too. With him,
Oh my God, I forgot about that.
Him
With
and
him
The Rock.
to jump off the building.
Yep. You think what I'm thinking? Aim for the bushes.
And then they pan down, there's just like a street lamp and a garbage can.
Well, he was also good in Black Snake Moan.
Yes, very good there.
I watched it for Christina Ricci. I'm not going to lie on that point.
Yeah.
We know you did.
I keep seeing
also in Tarzan that with
that was the newer one, right? Yeah, it
he
wasn't the
started-
Brendan Fraser one.
it was the live. Yeah. Well, that was George of the Jungle.
Oh,
Yeah.
Brendan
yeah.
Fraser. Yeah.
But there was a Tarzan movie that was with Tim Allen.
That
right?
was no, that's Jungle to Jungle.
Damn it!
Jeez.
All right then.
Literally remembering every movie besides the one.
We're gonna reverse trivia, Patrick. You name us what you think it is.
And then we'll figure out the right answer.
Yes.
It's like, Patrick, what answer do you think it is? Well, it could be this one or this one. And I think this one. We're going with the other one. That is
And number 2.
Call the game. Correct me if I'm wrong.
Yeah, I love it.
You're wrong. You're wrong.
Hey, you know what? You're wrong.
We just got a couple minutes before we got to wrap up.
I just
here.
want to give a quick shout out to the Patriot games. I remember watching that back in the day, but I
Yeah.
can't remember a whole lot about it. I do remember I genuinely enjoyed it, but I just Harrison
remember why.
Ford, Samuel L. Jackson, mind memory stops.
All right then. There it is, people.
And
There
I
it
don't
is.
know why. For
I really liked it. Can't tell you why I liked it.
That was a movie.
and I know he's not in this movie, but I don't know why my brain keeps thinking the General's Daughter. I was like, no, that's John Travolta. Like he was nowhere near that movie.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
it was a good movie, but he wasn't
Totally
in it.
different people.
Yeah,
Two totally different size people.
Different actor.
yeah, different kind of movie.
Size, height, weight, gender, color.
Race.
Well, there was
like-
also a African American guy who's the general's second.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I think that's probably who he was
But
thinking.
not all
of.
black men are Samuel
No,
L. Jackson.
exactly.
It's not you. It's not Ben Affleck.
You white, you Ben
If you
Affleck.
white, you Ben Affleck.
Yeah.
I will,
Doesn't
quick
work
shout
that
out,
way.
there is a movie on Netflix called The Rip with Matt Damon and Ben Affleck.
I haven't seen that yet.
I'm about halfway through, and it's not bad.
Okay.
But from because I had to come here and do this podcast recording, I had to put it on pause. But from everything that's building up, shit's about to go down.
Okay.
So I'm excited for that one.
All right.
All right then.
Also,
And
I think it's in the Bad Boys universe because these guys are cops in the TNT division of Miami Metro.
Ah,
All
gotcha. Okay.
Now we know.
Now we know.
All right, then. And actually, that's almost perfect timing because we're about out of time. But I just want to say thank you guys so much for joining us talking Samuel L. Jackson.
Yeah, thank you to Samuel L. Jackson for being an amazing actor.
Yes.
Giving us such a body of work to talk about.
A man of literally multiple universes in the film industry.
Samuel, call us up. Let us know which one's your favorite to be in.
Yes.
Quentin, MCU, M. Night Shyamalan. And maybe you just want to make another Deep Blue Sea Where You Survived sequel.
Yeah.
The sea gets deeper.
Dave Chappelle, making fun of your, of your loudness.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
But
that is still one of my favorite skits. Drink my beer.
So Samuel L. Jackson. If we missed something and you want to just send us an email, talk to us at movietalksandchill.com.
Mm-hmm.
And, we got a bunch of stuff coming up. Next week, we will be having an interview with a voiceover artist.
We met at the Animation Film Festival.
Yep, so we'll give you more information next week when we interview her. Very nice person. Look forward to talking to her.
May sound a little different. We will be in a little bit of a different setting.
And since this will post out after, I hope you enjoyed the Super Bowl.
Yes.
Whoever the outcome is. Yes,
I'm going to go... Because I have money on it, the Seahawks have won. I'm just going to go ahead and say that now.
Okay.
All right.
The game's in 6.5 hours.
Yes. So there you go, straight from Patrick. But thank you guys. More to come in the coming weeks. But until then, for Movie Talks and Joe, we're your hosts. I'm Tony Serrato.
I'm Kevin Butts.
I'm Patrick Wall.
All right, guys, take care.
Go Hawks.